tells a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes, odds are he won't live to see tomorrow.
I'm from Tennessee. The rest of the world used to seem so far away and out of my reach. I remember thinking there's no way I'd be able to see all those places I was looking at on the map.
But as it turns out, the world was smaller than I thought, and all it took to see it was a strong desire.
For 7 years, I carried around this tape recorder, and I talked into it as I traveled around, thinking I had something important to say. It's actually pretty hard to listen to some of this stuff now.
Sometimes I become so confused. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know what I want to happen to me.
When I took this picture, I was cold and scared.
I wish I were braver. I wish I weren't afraid. On the side of a volcano in Mexico, alone, you find yourself, in a way, being prepared to die.
At some point in all those travels, I began to realize that something good was happening.
Sometimes you can just feel the possibility of 21 years old. I'm 21 years old, and I'll ride down the road. Don't know where it's taking me, don't know where I'll go.
I noticed I felt better when I was in strange situations.
It's just amazing. You know you're alive. I mean, I feel like I'm alive. I'm alive right now.
It took me 2 years to read the dictionary. I Xeroxed all my favorite words and put them on the wall. Wretch. Wretch is a great word. I took a year off and moved to Africa, where I read 200 great books I'd always wanted to read.
I learned to speak Chinese and Spanish and wrote a beginner's textbook on the Shona language. It's been 15 years since I first started traveling, and now it's not just an adventure, it's a job.
This place is crawling with leeches, and they come to you. You sense the heat. Look how fast. Pull out, pull out. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it. Leech.
Now I'm based in Los Angeles, where I make documentary films for TV and spend a lot of time sitting in my car. Last week I got stuck in Hollywood traffic. I felt like I was clogged up in a concrete river. I started thinking about rivers.
Right now, I'm looking at a map of the Kern River.
I just bought my first wetsuit and I was itching to use it. While I was in the tub, I had an idea. I went and called my friend Norwood, who'd also just bought a wetsuit.
Hello?
I can't hear you. What?
Hello?
We decided that it was in the interest of our mental health to get out of LA for a day or two.
We're going to drive up to the Kern River and see what lives in it.
The whole point of this is to get out of concrete Los Angeles and go see something different. Have you ever tried to drive by looking at a viewfinder?
Please let there be fish in here and let them reveal themselves. See the glory and beauty of the mountain river. What lives in the Kern River? I'm excited.
Beautiful.
When you look in that river, you can't see any fish. Even when you're close, you can't see a thing. We're going to put this camera in an underwater housing and we're going to show you what's actually in the river. You'll be surprised. This is going to be cool. Should we get our wetsuits on?
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun of it. Right now I have no idea what's in there. And all it is an inch away. There's a whole different world there. And I love that. So let's go check it out.
really does feel like you're exploring something new. And the great thing is that every pool is a completely different place. And you can dive under a current and come up to this little back eddy right in the middle of two big rapids and just sit there safely. I love the idea of these little havens that are within the currents and within the river.
Rainbow trout!
When you're floating in a river, it's kind of like what I imagine being on the moon is like. And you're in this weird, strange world.
You never know what you're going to find under the next rock. I have no idea what this little thing is, but it's pretty cool. Look at it.
We got some rainbow trout, western suckers, crawdads, and some kind of little darter, like a mountain darter or something. It's really pretty. When you drive by, you'd have no idea that all this was in here. You just get in and there it is. Maybe that's like looking into your own heart. You don't know what's in there. You have to look inside.
But the big fish are in these rapids.
Yeah.
But maybe we gotta tie a rope here so we can hold on and pull ourselves up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna lower myself into those rapids so I can stay put and see what's there.
This has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I want to get shots of the big fish, so I have to get in the fast current.
Be pulling on it.
I tie myself to a rope and lower myself down into the current. This works pretty well till the rope gets tangled around my legs and turns me upside down. I'm about to become one of those tragic home video clips that gets played over and over on Fox News. Norwood has no idea that I'm in serious trouble. He's just standing up there filming away.
I'm tangled in the rope.
I take one last breath and finally, fighting panic, I quietly spin around underwater and unwind the rope. Even in a small river, there are some things you just shouldn't do.
Oh, man.
Rivers have always been metaphors for a person's life. There's a beginning and an end. But as I float here in this river, I realize we're more like fish, and the river is more like time. Time flows past us, and we sort of show up in one tiny place in time, hidden in calm back eddies, caught between currents, and we manage to live and die in our own little worlds like fish, while the big river of time goes past us. Somehow I find it reassuring to know that I don't have to go to the other side of the world to see something strange and new. And I love the idea that as you sit there right now, wherever you are, there's a crawdad sitting under a rock in the Kern River. He's about 5 feet underwater, and he has no idea that you even exist.